Hello and welcome to the Main Cave. Now in today's video I want to show you how I set up my Wi-Fi enabled roller blind motor. Something I got sent to help with my smart home and basically help me lazily close my blinds when watching TV and gaming without having to get up off the sofa. So if you're new here to the Main Cave, we make regular videos on technology for your smart home and gaming, so please do consider subscribing as we may make a video to make your life easier and I wouldn't want you to miss out. So do hit the subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So here I have this is the smart Wi-Fi blind motor from Ajax Online, and in this video I will go through the unboxing, some stats, the compatibility, the setup, using the motor, using it with Alexa, and finally what I feel can be improved. So let's start off with the unboxing then. You get pretty much everything you need in the box. The main unit itself, followed by a plethora of instructions for attaching it to the wall, using the app, connecting it to the preferred voice assistant. There's loads, and it's very welcome. It's dead easy to follow, bright, simple. It's an excellent start. You also get a guide piece for attaching the motor to the wall in exactly the right place, which is essential for it to work properly. Then you also get 3 cogs. Now these cogs are for different types of cords that you might have on blinds in your house. I have all 3 different cord types and each cord is fitted in the cog perfectly. The motor itself feels quality and it has a decent weight to it. On the front are 3 buttons, up, down and stop, which I'll go through later, along with the corresponding LEDs. Now on the bottom is the place for the power cable, which is 2.5 meters long, and then on the back of the motor is a removable plate where you can remove and replace the plastic cog. Now here's some stats for you, but for me I wasn't sure whether I needed more than 55 RPM or 10 kilograms max load, so I just trusted that my regular blind were going to be okay with the motor. Although a max blind size of 3.5 by 3.5 meter seems to be massive, so I was pretty confident that this was going to work fine. So once out, you want to get this on the wall. You do this by following one of the excellent included guides. Stick the guide up on the wall, mark it with a pencil depending on whether you're on the left or the right of the window, then screw in using the 2 screws included and attach the bracket. Then it's just a simple case of threading the cord in, placing the cover over and attaching the motor to the bracket. That's it. It's literally a 5-minute job to get it on the wall. So once it's on, this is where the magic happens. Press the button on the front of the blind for it to be opened or closed. You can set a combination of button presses here so it remembers how far it needs to go each time, but pressing the button on the front means work. I don't want to have to get up, let alone press buttons, so I'm going to be connecting it to the app. So as I mentioned, the first thing you need to do is set the limits. This is just a simple method so your blinds know when to stop opening and to stop closing. You must do this before setting up the app or the app won't be able to control it. So in the case of the smart blinds, it uses the Smart Life app, something I'm already using for my WeCat kettle. You can also use an app called Tuya if you want to, but for me, it made sense to keep using the app that I'm familiar with as it's dead easy to use. So you run through the guided setup, and as long as you've set the limits on your blinds, all you need to do is press the button to, well, open the blinds, and then you press the button on the app to, you've guessed it, to close the blinds. Here, I've named my one and only blind in the house to simply be blind. Now if I add more, I'll probably start adding them to rooms and giving them unique names, but for now, this will do. You can now connect the motor to your preferred smart home voice assistant. There are instructions on how to do this again in one of the included guides, and in my case, I use Alexa. So you can add the skill and then just ask her to open or close. Or, if you've used the Smart Life app before, your Alexa or Google credentials will probably most likely be saved and entered automatically, so you won't need to sign in again. Now it's just a case of asking your voice assistant to open or close the blinds, and away she goes. The speed is okay at 55 RPM, so it doesn't fly along, which is okay as I wouldn't want any damage, but it isn't so slow that the sun goes down before it's closed. It's a really nice balance. So that's it then. It's a brilliantly effective, dead easy way of not having to waste time getting up and pulling blinds open and shut. Just ask it and it shall be done. I can also see the huge benefit for people with mobility issues or for those of the older generation. This is absolutely fantastic and takes the effort away, which could be a huge effort on opening and closing the blinds. The accessibility functions of these is spot on. So finally, what would I like to change about this? Well, as is, the setup is pretty much perfect. It's easy to set up and you use the kit and it gets the job done. The one thing you do need to consider though is the price. It's £90 as is, and seeing it's also marketed towards the older generation, I'd say a remote is necessary as they may not be too au fait with using the app. But that's another £18 on top. I can easily use Alexa, but remote still would be nice to use. So there we have it then. If you want to automate your blinds, then you can't go far wrong with this device, as it pretty much does everything I need to, and it does it as efficiently as possible. I'll leave the links down below where you can check it out. If you've got any questions, do let me know. Now, to the next smart home video. Bye bye.